Hey crafters, I know it's been a while and this has kind of been a long time coming, but again, you know I had a project in between here that I had an obligation to finish. So I want to finish this book for the Tropical Travelogue, and we're going to get working on this today. I'm going to do just one page to get us back started so that you can see what we've done so far. So currently we have 3 of the 5 pages done, or 3 of the 5 hinges done. So this is the front of hinge number 1, and then this turns over, and this is page 2, and that's what that looks like, and there'll be an insert put into there. And we've got a pocket in here and our tags down there. And then this is our this is our next page, that it goes side by side with that. And we've got a hinge in there, or a tag in there, so that we're going to hold this down because this is a flip. And then it also flips out like this, and this flips up here. And then we have a belly band here. So I'm going to either put, depending upon when we're done, we'll see if we have some more papers to cover that up. And then that just goes back here. And we turn this over, and this is our next pages. And this page over here, both of those come out, and there's photo opportunities there. And again, I'll add some of the stickers and different items on there. And then this is left up, and this just goes here. And we've got this page next, and there's a belly band here. It's been a while. Nope, that's more of a flat page. And then that turns over to this page here, and we've got a tag and it's the booklet that's in here from the paper. And we've got a flip up here. And then this also this also comes up, and this comes down. So I'm not sure whether I'm doing photo mats on there or paper in there. We'll see once we get a little closer to being done. So the next thing that we're going to be working on is the companion page to this page. So I'm going more into the tans and creams, and we'll work on this page. So starting off with the page, this is hinge number 4, and this is page 7, and page 8 is on the back. And the pages are 6.5 by 8 3/8. We will start off by, what I'm going to do on here is put a waterfall down. I haven't cut my paper for underneath yet because I want to see what we've got once we get a waterfall down. So I have some waterfall pieces cut, and they are, I know I have the size written down here, sorry. I believe they are 5.5 by 5.5. Well, that's not good. Well, here it is. Yes, they're 5.5 by 5.5, and then this is a 1/2 inch to score on top. So let's get those down first, and then we'll go to the next sections. So I did a 1/2 inch line on either side so that I could try to keep this as straight as possible, and matching that up as we go down. So I am going to get my glue. How's everybody surviving being home so much? Are you doing okay, or are you getting lots of chances to craft, or are you not able to do much because you don't have supplies? But I would find it hard to believe that a crafter would not have enough supplies. I have an overabundance of supplies. But we've been enjoying everything at home, and actually right now today is Mother's Day, and we had a small get-together with with my kids and my grandbaby. So it was just the few of us, and so it was really, really nice, and had a brunch, and they brought me a beautiful flower. I don't know what kind it is. Maybe it's an iris. Maybe that's what it's called. It's a single stem, and with a beautiful white flower on it. I kill every plant I get though, so I'm always scared when when I get plants. I'm not very good at keeping plants alive. I figured I did a good job by keeping my children alive all these years. So I'm sorry, that's probably sassy and you're not laughing at that. But all right. So I'll be very happy when I finally get this done, because this is meant to be a photo album for my son and his fiance. They got engaged this year and went on a tropical vacation, and he proposed. So I thought this would make a pretty album for them to put their pictures in and keep it for memories for years to come. So let's just make sure we're matching up as we go down. Pretty good. And then I will just erase those pencil lines when all is said and done. And we should be good to go. Sorry, I'm sure you probably can't see this too well because of the black on black, but it's 6 waterfalls, and what I'm going to be doing is covering the top one with some of the pattern paper, and then doing I'm actually going to do an inch, I believe. I want to see what it's going to look like when I'm done, but I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing. So then this sits down like this, and we could do a couple more pages in the waterfall, but I don't want it to get too large. What I have here is I'm going to then put this down to actually hold the waterfall in place with a magnet on here. And you know what? I was going to do this, so I put 1/4 of an inch on this, but I think I'm going to keep it flat because I think it'll work better. I thought I would need a little bit of a gusset in there, but it doesn't look like I do. And that isn't going to show because I'm going to be putting pattern paper down over that, hopefully. Oh goodness, I just thought of something. I cut that paper already. So if I have to, I can always I may just, you know what, I may just do this and shorten that up a little and have a longer flap on there. I think I'm going to do that. So the size of this is, it would be 8 1/2 or probably 8 3/8. If you make that 8 3/8, that would fit and do your 1/2 inch score on that by 5 1/2. So we're going to put this down over the waterfall to keep that down. So it would be nice that always having a waterfall in the book really helps with giving lots of photo opportunities for the album. Just trying to make sure I'm getting that straight on there. And again, that'll get covered up. This little bit of a ridge here will end up getting covered up by our pattern paper underneath. So that's going to go like that. And then what we'll do is, oops, I want to pull this down just a little bit. So then down here, we're just going to do just strips of pattern paper going down. I haven't cut these yet. I thought I'd wait to see how we did with the waterfall in and of itself. So, and then on here, what my plan was, where'd they go? I was going to do this with, where did my pieces go to? Thought I just had it all right here. You're probably saying it right there, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, I had another piece. What did I do with it? Okay, well, I'm just going to have to leave that for now, and we'll figure it out as we go. So I'm going to go ahead and work on getting my magnet on here and also on the other side. And let's do that first before we get concerned about anything. And I think I'm going to put that more up there, so a little bit closer to the top, so we have plenty of room in between, and then also plenty of room under, you know, here, so it's a nice covering. So I'm going to put it right there, and as soon as I find my other little piece, maybe I slipped it onto the floor by mistake. Possible. So that's going there. You know, I'm sure there's other ways that you can do, if you don't like to use magnets, that you could do a clip here and it could slide to close that. I just like using magnets, so there's many different types of closures that you can use. For me, I feel like the magnets are an easier solution to keeping the pages closed, and I just like the way it looks a little better. So I'm going to get this, and let's use the vintage photo on the edges. All right. And I'm going to use this. I don't know why this bottle always clogs up once I get on camera. There we go. And then I have, like I said, a piece going along here. And let me look one more time to see if I can find what I did with it. Goodness gracious. Okay, well, I don't know. So let's work on these. What I had planned on doing with these is going down along this row, just going down here, and these on the edges of all the pockets. So let's work on those. I love the Graphic 45 papers, but I use it so often or so frequently on black cardstock, and the one thing that I don't like is I just don't like the white core that is on the Graphic 45. I'm not sure that there's anything that could really be done about that, but that's the only thing, is I don't really like the white core. Center those as we go down. I see a little bit of a pencil mark right here. Okay. So did you do anything special for Mother's Day? I already told you what we did, but just wondering how other people celebrated their Mother's Day without everybody all getting together. That's kind of the hard thing about the whole COVID thing is the fact that families just can't get together as easily anymore, and that's hard, especially if you enjoy being with your family and your kids and grandkids, and makes it really tough because videos aren't quite the same as those hugs and kisses from the little ones. And also, I'm going to come back and I'm going to put, this is a 1/2 inch, so I will probably be putting a 3/8 inch slice of paper in there too, but I'm not going to put that on film for now unless I get it cut ahead of time. I haven't cut it yet, so we'll just see where we go with that. That. I think we're on our last one here. How many of you are looking forward to the family weekends? Do you have your states? Our state is supposed to open up on May 26th, which is the day, or it's the day after Memorial Day, I think it is. But we will see. Not sure what the magic number is. So we've got that going down, and I've got another piece, like I said, that's going to go on top of there, but we'll just wait and see what that's going to be. That'll shut down like that. And I have two different papers. Here I've got this one, and I've got this one. I think I'm doing this one on the inside. So this one is going to then go in on the inside, and I have just cut the papers basically 1/8 smaller, so that it's a 1/16 around the edges. And on this, I'm also going to be putting a pocket on here. So, forgot about that magnet. I hope that maybe I won't do that magnet on the, or the pocket on the back. We'll have to see. Started from up here and gone down. Because of the fold, want to be a little bit a ways from that. So the pocket that I was going to put on here is an angled pocket, and I cut this 6.5 by 6.5, and this is 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. So I just measured up 1.5 inch and then marked that, and then 1.5 inch, and I marked this, and then I just cut from side to side. Oh, you know what? I didn't get the paper cut for this yet, but I was going to put that pocket on the inside here. Where's my magnet? I might do it on the outside though, so let's just see what that'll look like. Maybe break this up a little bit, some of this trim. Changing minds. Or do I want to do, which way does that paper, oh, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Or we can do that on top, so we don't have so many lines all over the place. Well, it's kind of a main page over here, so maybe I can do that on the pocket if I put the pocket out. So I think I'm going to do this. And then I think what I'm going to end up doing is using that swirly paper. If I can cover the pocket with that, might work well. Or if I can find something with a little bit of tan and blue in it, might work well, so I can kind of keep to the same color scheme as what I was working on. And you know, I'm putting this all the way down so that it just fits on the page, and I don't have to worry about trying to slide the paper into the pocket. So I just was going to do that on the back as well. Sometimes for me it's just easier putting the whole page down. It just seems to work out a little bit easier. For those of you that maybe it was just the first tutorial that you've watched, I do have the other tutorials all in a playlist. So with those in the playlist, you can go back and start at the beginning and watch from there. So we're going to go with this, and I think that works out well if I put that on the front, and then we can cut our paper to match that. I think that works pretty well. All right, I'm going to try to find my missing papers, and I'm going to cut some of our other papers, and I should be back in just a couple of minutes. Thanks. Hey crafters. Okay, so we're going to get back to finishing up this page, and what I did is I cut some papers to finish off the page, and so what I wanted to do is bring in some color. So I am going to use these as my border strips down the side of these pages, or this page I should say. I have one side that's a little wider than the other side, so that I can bring the tan and that blue in. I wanted to give this a little bit more color, so that's what I'm doing. And these are from the page with the, I cut them from this page off the top and the bottom, and then I just cut the blue part off of the edge of that so that I had just this centerpiece. And then this isn't necessarily really directional, but I'm going to watch how these are turned, and I'm going to make sure that they're facing the same way going down. And so I'm going to get this one on here. These I did not put vintage photo on. They were a little bit hard to do that with, but I have done that vintage photo on all my other pieces. So we're going to do that down the side, and then I cut this piece that's going to fit right into here and bring us a little bit more color on this page. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece of paper. I haven't really used that side yet, but I like bringing the blue and the green in there again. All right. Make sure that folds down. Oops, that's pretty uneven. Ooh. So I have that down, and then I wanted to put this small pocket. I was going to do that right in the middle here, and so this pocket, you can do one all the way across. I wanted to do something that was a little bit shorter, so this is cut 6 inches by 3 inches, and then this is just scored on 3 sides and corners mitered on all sides and to go down on here. I just wanted it so that it fit underneath and it wasn't bulking on the edges, so that's why I did it a little bit smaller, just something a little bit different. Center that up. Oops. Something you want to really watch for is that the bending of your pages, you don't want that too much in the way of all of that. So the other thing that I wanted to do then is I was thinking about putting these stamps across this pocket to, again, bring in the color. I had to, my paper that I had left, they were going down the wrong way, so I would have to, that's why I cut them all apart. So I'm going to put all of these on, and then I have a small piece to go on top of there. So we're going to do that first. These colors are so vibrant, just really nice. And then this is bringing some of that pink and blue into this again so that we can pick up that blue tone from this page and the other pages. I wish this went all the way across and not having to split any of them, but we are going to have to do that just in order to get that across. So I'm just going to mark that there, and then I'm going to clip that. On my cutter. It's a little uneven. Let's just see if it'll work though. Maybe it'll be fine because it's on the edge. Yeah, I think I can do that. That worked out pretty good. It's a little bit off here, but I don't know that anybody's really going to notice that. And then I'm going to put this right along here. Center that, bring that down a little bit to the top of those, and then we have a tag or a booklet that will go in there. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there yet, but I thought I would get this all down. So that comes down like that, and we've got a little bit of color in here. We've got color going down here. And so now this is going to be on top. This is our page as it's closed. And I have this pocket that I'm going to be putting on the front of here. And with this, I am going to be adding more of a neutral page. And I think I may end up embellishing it with maybe one of the cut-aparts from here and making it stand out a little bit further. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm just going to get the paper down and go from there, and then we'll see what we've got left and what we're working on. So again, I cut this pocket out. It was 6.5 by 6.5, 1.5 in here, 1.5 there. I just set this down on my paper and I drew the lines where I wanted to cut that, and I just cut in and up. So we'll get that on, and we're almost done with page 7. So we've got that fitted for right here for our pocket. And we'll add some color or something onto here so that'll brighten that up a little bit. But again, I'm going to wait till the end and see what we've got left, and because I've got 3 more pages to do, and then also the back and front cover. Now I can, if I wanted to, leave the back and front covers just as they are, but we'll see what we've got left for colors and see how that all works out. All right. So that'll be nice for putting any kind of tag in or a booklet. There's plenty of room in this to add some additional type of pages or note cards. So this will fit like this in our book. And this will come down. I should have done that. I didn't think of that. I should have put, maybe I still will put a little tab on here so they know to pull that down. And we've got this going up like this, and I'll put some, I may put some photo mats in here yet. I haven't finished off on that. And we've got our pocket down here, so a tag can go down here. Like maybe we could even put that in there for now. And closed up. So our next page that we're going to be working on is page number 8. And we'll figure out our colorway and color scheme. But I'm going to end this video right here, and next time I will get at least 2 pages done, and then the next one after that I'll do for sure the last page, and then we'll see what we can do about getting the inside covers done as well on that video. But just getting back to this, I wanted to just get at least 1 page up and running. So I thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate your following. See, I could even maybe do that there. And even maybe, I'm sorry, I'm like the video where the girl says, you know, where the dog goes, bird. I go from one thing to a next. So I may even put something like that in there, or the other thing is I can do another tuck spot on here. I don't know, I'll have to see what... but that kind of picks up the greens in there too. All right, thanks so much. I hope you all have a great night, and I will see you back in a couple days. Thanks, bye.